Hello everyone, welcome to Americana Cello Nation Live. Americana music, why not? We have not done that yet, right? July 4th. Did you guys have fun last night? Come on in everyone, welcome everybody, come on in. Of course no one is here. There's one viewer, I bet it's Adrian, but you never know. It could be a number of people that come to these. We're gonna do Swing Low, Sweet Chariot today. You guys write in the comments as you come in who you are, where you're joining us from. It's always nice to see the excitement of people from different places. What's the weather like where you are? Here it is so beautiful today. I can't wait to go outside and have lunch after I do this. It's gonna be so good. All right, so we are going to do Swing Low, Sweet Chariot. We're going to do America the Beautiful too this month. I figure we'll just goof around on them. The more we goof around and play and have fun with these music charts, the better musician you become. Isn't that beautiful? Don't you love that? Listen, let's just have a good time and play, okay? We can do the same thing for each class. Basically, I try to get you guys to lighten up and have some fun with music. So when we're practicing with our teachers, we are playing pieces that are stretching us and pushing us and trying to get it right and trying to sound exactly like your teacher and all that, right? And it might take you 6 months on one piece, depending on what book you're in, right? But this is fun because we get to take small pieces, tunes that we love, and you'll have something within a few days that sounds good, right? Or by next week, you're ready to do a new piece because you sound good on this one already. That's why it's so fun, right? Different thing all the time. It doesn't take that long to figure it out. The more we do, the better we get. Okay, hold on. I don't see who's here because for some reason, I have to write in the chat in order to see you guys. Isn't that weird? I wonder why that is. I must have it. Hi, Shu. Yippee in Talkeetna, Alaska. Hi, Adrian. Greetings from Minnesota. Hi, Mama Tiana from Madagascar. Woo! Okay, nice to see you guys in here. It looks like there's another viewer as well. All right, so what I want to do with these tunes, today we're just going to do Swing Low. I would like to play the melody and address any difficulties. Then I'm going to add a fun rhythm to the melody. I'm going to have you guys add a fun rhythm to the melody. Maybe we'll add some harmony notes. And maybe we'll do a quarter note bass part if we have time, okay? We're going to use the metronome. Yeah, I don't see any difficulties in this piece. But that's because I'm a professional cellist, right? Let's see. I'm going to turn the metronome up. There it is. We're going to play it kind of slow. All right, let's play through this melody. There's one thing. How are you going to get in the 4th bar to the E? One note up here, right? How are you going to get to that? Let's see, what's a good fingering for that? In the 3rd bar, why don't we just go... Got you a 2nd finger on your D. Then you can play a 4 with the E. So everybody play that D. Right? And then 4, 2, 1. So let's play the 3rd bar, okay? Into the 4th bar and shift up to 2nd finger on the D. 3rd bar, ready, go. Right? Let's do that again. 3rd and 4th bar, ready, go. Shift. Okay, that's the only place you have a little bit of trouble in this, I think. if you have a little bit of technique. Okay, so let's do, you know what, this piece is really good for bending the note, right? So anytime you have, go a little bit under the note, and I'm doing a B here, right? Sounds really good in this piece. So where would you do that? You could start that way. If you like the sound of that, try it. Or maybe do it on the G, the second note. That would sound like. Put it down a little flat and smear it up. You can do that in this whole piece wherever you want to, okay? Let's play through the melody once together with the metronome, and then we'll add a fun rhythm to it. Okay, you guys ready? 1, 2. We're going to come in on the 4th beat, right? 1, 2, 3. Melody, the bridge, then the melody again. Usually that's the form, ABA. Okay, so notice that I was doing this rhythm. It's just the way the piece goes, right? That's the way people sing it. You can do it straight. Notice the difference between when you play it straight and when you play it, some people call it swung, or they used to call it inegal in early music. They say play it inegal. I think it means unequal. Inegal in another language. I don't know what. Italian maybe? German? No, I don't know. But inegal, play it inegal or play it swung is this. It's dotted. In this piece it would be dotted. So now it's just straight eighth notes. Ba, 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 ba. It would be a dotted eighth with the 16th, right? Dotted eighth, 16th, dotted eighth, 16th. That's kind of how it would be. Or it could even be triplets. But if you play the first bar straight, you play like this. And if you play it inegal or the cool way, it sounds like this. It's really more like triplets, right? It's from cool jazz. Okay, so you guys feel free to write in the chat if you have any questions about anything, if I'm going too fast, anything like that. Listen, if you're wiping out, practice it. Practice the melody. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm going to go on and we're going to do some more stuff, okay? Let's do some rhythm. We're going to add some rhythm to the melody. Let's just make up a rhythm. Anytime you see the dotted half note, we're going to do a rhythm on it. This will make it our own, and this will tie it together. Okay? It'll give it some unity, okay? So I'm just going to make up a fun rhythm. I'm going to do... Because why not? My rhythm is... I'm going to do that here and there during the piece, and that's going to make it my own unique version of this piece, okay? You can make up whatever rhythm you want for the dotted half note, or you can do that with me. 1, ba-da-da-da-da-da-dum. 6 triplets, ba-da-da-da-da-da, quarter. So it's going to sound like this. Anytime we come to the dotted half note, I'm going to do that rhythm, okay? You can make up any rhythm you want, just decide what it's going to be. We're going to do the schmears wherever you want to do the schmears. And let's play the whole melody again, okay? I'm going to run it down. Make sure when you come to a dotted half, you add your rhythm to it. Whatever it is, it has to equal 3 beats, right? Because there's 3 beats in a dotted half note, right? You guys ready? 1, don't forget your schmears. Schmear around, even if you fall off. Because it's fun. That's why we want to have fun. 1, 2, 3. 'That, you guys write in the chat if you're able to do that. There's only a couple of you on with me now, but we are going to be playing this later, so people will be seeing this. Thanks you guys for being here live. It's a lot more fun when people are here live, but I am the Cello Guru, so I just play through whatever happens. Hopefully you guys will see this later. Write in the chat if you playing along with it later, okay? You guys able to do it? Shu, you able to do it? You pulling it off? Okay, we're going to add more stuff now, right? We did bending the notes, right? Experiment with that. That's always super fun and always is very expressive to bend a note however you want to bend it, right? Go under it and make it as long as you want to. Bend it for as long as you want to. Figure out how to make it sound like you. All right? We added a fun rhythm to the melody. Now let's add a few harmony notes. This is a really, really good piece to add harmony notes because it's in the key of G. So we have a G chord, right? Bach suite, yeah, that's a G chord. G, D, first finger B. Everybody play that chord. You got it, right? You can bend the top note. Right? That's a G chord. So that means you can add those notes at the beginning of this because it says G, it's a G chord, right? You can add that to the very first bar. You're going to add it to the very last bar because it's a G chord for each of those bars. That's a 1 chord in the key of G, right? And we want to always figure out what's the 1 chord when we're improvising and what's the 5 chord. Very first, what's the 1 chord? G. Second thing, what's the 5 chord? This is where you're going in your brain to figure out your knowledge. G, A, B, C. It's a D chord. Yay! D chord's not hard on here because guess what? We've got to open D. So wherever there's a note on the A string, you can always add an open D to it. What's it going to do? It's going to make it fuller. It's going to make it sound like a symphony orchestra, right? So instead of this, there's an orchestra playing with you or something. Let's everybody play that G chord, G, D, B. All right, second bar, you've got a C chord, right? Yay, this is a great key because open C, open G. That's the C chord, and then second bar, you've got fourth finger, right? So now you sound like G, you guys get it? Let's try it. Your C chord is going to be this, and then the melody note, second bar, right? Then you go back to a G chord. Let's do that second bar with chords, C and G, and then open G. Let's do it again. Open G. Okay, those are the chords. So that's why the key of G is really fun to play tunes in, because we have a G chord, the four chords, a C chord, right? G, A, B, C, the fourth, the chord built on the fourth note in the key of G, G, A, B, C, is a C chord, right? And you've got this. That's the basis of your C chord right there. And then whatever note you're going to play in the melody is the one that you have to play next, right? So in this case, in the second bar, that's the melody note, G, right? So let's try the first two chords of this. You're going to add harmony notes whenever you can. If you can't add them, then don't. It doesn't matter. Or practice it later. Practice putting them in. But this piece is fabulous for it because of those open strings, right? They're all open strings. We can just grab them. All right? Let's try the first two bars with harmony notes. 1, 2, 3. Open G. Okay, now let's do open G. Open D. Let's keep going. G chord. C chord. G chord. Open D, right? So I made a recording of My Heart Will Go On, and I posted it all over because it's so beautiful. Oh my God. That piece is so beautiful, and I felt so sad for the people that lost their lives on the Titan. So I posted it. If you want the music, just message me or write your email in the comments. I'll send you the music because I wrote the music up. So I was inspired. So beautiful. But I bring that up to tell you that I chose the key that's good for cello for this. I chose the key of G because, like I just told you, we have all these open strings in the key of G, right? So let's try playing through this piece. I'm going to put the metronome on just so that you'll stay with me, not to get you in metronome jail, but that's in my program, Total Cello Immersion. My students always say we're going into metronome jail. They say they have to go to jail with it. But the metronome is really your friend. All right, we're going to play through this, and we're going to see how many chords you can add. Add them whenever you can. If you can't, it's no worries, right? Let's make it a little slower. Now, the chord notes are going to make it unique and more interesting sounding, right? Rather than just a melody, right? You guys ready? We're going to add chords. 1, 2, 3. G chord. D chord. Figure out what are the notes in the arpeggio. If it's a G chord, it's G, E, D, because you do the first, the third, and the fifth note in the scale to make an arpeggio, right? Root, third, fifth. So the G arpeggio is... So that works really well because it's easy to play an open G against a fourth finger G, right? You just figure it out for each time it comes up. The C chord in the second bar, that works too. It might not sound as good as just playing this. Fourth finger C on the G string, it's a fifth. That might be better. You just kind of go through each one and figure out what you think, okay? All right, so now let's do a quarter note bass part, all right? And that'll be the last thing we do today. All right, you guys ready for a quarter note bass part? Remember last time we did connector notes? Let's take a look at this for a minute. If you do 4 Gs, notice, let's just notice, because we're smart musicians and we have fun improvising, that the first chord's a G chord, the second chord's a C chord. You could either walk up to the C chord, right? Connector notes in the key of G, right? G, A, B, C. When you're doing a bass line, if it's kind of boring for you just to play quarter notes on the root, think about connecting the chords from the first chord to the second chord, or from the second chord to the third chord, right? So like from the third bar to the fourth bar, there's a G chord and there's a D chord, right? This is interesting. Has anybody written? I'm just gonna see something here. Okay. Oh, yeah. For some reason, I don't see your comments until I comment. It's so weird. Hi, Heidi. She's late. She was making a planter in the shape. Of course you were. Heidi was making a planter in the shape of an elephant. Please post a picture of it on Cello Nation, Heidi. That's what's most important. Shu says she's falling up. She loves it. Yeah, Shu. You are a passionate musician, right? Yeah. Okay. So we're talking about connector notes, right? And so, because we talked about those last time, bar 3 to 4. How are you going to get from a G to a D? You can either go down, right? In the key of G, there's an F sharp. Or you can go up. You go up to get to D, or you go down to get to D. And it's up to you, even what rhythm you use. You know, just make one up, something come to your brain, do it. And then you're connecting them, and that's a way to make it sound better and to have more fun and to challenge yourself a little bit, okay? Let me turn this up. We're gonna do the bass notes. If you are just figuring out how to read the bass notes that are the notes above the staff, just play 4 quarter notes each bar, okay? If you're maybe a little bit more experienced, then add some connector notes. I might go... I might do connector notes like that. See what you come up with, okay? You guys ready? We're going to do it together with the metronome. Bass notes with connectors. 1, 2, 3, 4. add a few notes from the scale that are going to make you land on your new bass note, right? So fun. You can go up or down. Now, I want to tell you about the last bar in this. The last bar in this piece is G, C, G. That's called a plagal cadence. That's a fancy term because I have master's degrees. I know these things. It's called a plagal cadence. It means 1-4-1. G, A, B, C, B, A, G. That's always used in church, right? That's a cadence for hymns, right? And if you were doing connector notes, you'd never do that because it's too fast, right? But that is a plagal cadence, okay? So write in the chat if you were able to do this. And as we go out today, I'm going to just combine some of these things. I'm going to combine some melodies with bass notes, with connector notes, and see how it sounds. Last time through today, okay? Next time we'll do some more of this stuff. We'll get a little bit more in detail. Maybe you want to work on the arpeggios, okay? Ready? Play it however you want. Make sure you smear to some of those notes. And you have to make this face when you're smearing too. Like this. Kind of like that. That's part of it. All right, you guys ready? What are we doing? We're playing through the melody. We're maybe grabbing some harmony notes. Maybe we're making a fun rhythm ourselves. We might do some bass notes with connectors in the middle. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it. We're just going to do whatever comes out this time, okay? And don't try to use everything. Maybe just try to use 2 of the things we talked about. Just choose what you're going to use. 1, 2, 3. Write in the chat how you did. Are you having fun playing this? This piece is so fun. This is my rendition of it that I sent you. I've started to get really good at writing out music online, so I'm just going to be sending you guys everything. Anything that we want to play, write in the chat how you did. You know what? I don't think I'm getting comments from you guys unless no one's commenting anything. Let me see something. I'll watch the whole thing when I get the music. Oh yeah, well you just print the music up. Adrian says it's fun. Okay, guys, if you're watching this later, please comment. Let us know how you did. Did you have fun doing this? This is July 4th week. Also want to mention that the free 5-day Cello Freedom Masterclass is next week. Autumn Leaves. Woo! Very, very cool. It's July 10th through the 14th. You're going to learn how to improvise on Autumn Leaves. You don't need to buy a part where the improvisation is written out, because you're going to figure out how to do it yourself, right? That's the joy of learning improvisation. You get to figure it out yourself. Go to thecelloguru.com and sign up for the free masterclass. You will get a free 30-day practice planner, cello practice planner, so you'll have no more excuses, and get to work, okay? Next week, there's no Cello Nation because I'm having the masterclass instead. So come to the masterclass. If you're not coming to the masterclass, what are you doing? Come on, at least watch the replay because it's Autumn Leaves. Who doesn't love Autumn Leaves? Okay, guys, I will see you guys later. Heidi says I'll watch the whole thing when I get the music. Oh, I already read that. Everybody write in the chat later if you're benefiting from this and what you're thinking about it, okay? All right, guys, happy 4th. I will see you guys in 2 weeks for the next Cello Nation Live. We're going to do this and we're going to do America the Beautiful.